Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Inter-University Case Study Competition organized by HELP University and Queensland University Technology of Australia.
Morning to you all. We, Team A's, are here today to advise on the issues that your company, SBS Transit, is currently facing, alongside recommend solutions to solve this issue. I am Annie, and these are my teammates, Elise, Jessie, and Edward. Firstly, in order to improve public bus transportation service in Singapore, we have identified three main problems. The first problem is that we can see that there is an ongoing trend of increased levels of revenue. However, at the same time, there is a decreased level of profit. It is because there is a government intervention and that leads to potential competition. As such, we have conducted two analyses. One is the macro analysis and the other one is the SWOT analysis. Let me first brief you on the macro analysis, known as PEST. From the political factor, we have found out that there is government intervention, and then they introduce various new rules and regulations into the industry which restrict your company's potential business potential. And then they also restrict your control to increase the level of your bus fare or even to decrease the level of the bus fare. In terms of economics, we found out that from statistical calculation, there are as much as 49% of commuters using the public transport, which is bus, as compared to the others such as MRT. 49% is the highest among all. From that, we can see there's a chance of revenue increase. However, at the same time, the global fuel price of Singapore has been increasing as well, which then leads to the increase of your operation cost, which then result in decrease of your profit. And as a result, we strongly recommend your company to utilize alternative fuel energy, which will be described later on. In terms of social cultural, we know that the living cost and standard of Singapore is very high. For example, owning a car in Singapore is very, very expensive, which is why the government of Singapore is promoting the citizens to use public transport such as the bus. From there, we can suggest that your company can take this opportunity to look into potential new market segment which you can serve in the future. In terms of technology, there's an existing app called Waze in which you can combine in your existing mobile apps called Iris in order to improve the confidence level of your customers. Next, for SWOT analysis, I would like to invite my teammate Elise to describe to you.
In terms of SWOT analysis, the company is currently a market leader in the bus industry. Therefore, their reputation is highly recognized throughout the society. Not only that, you have good connection and strong relationship with your current coexisting customers. Despite that, you also, due to the fact that your company has currently been one of the longest players in the bus industry, the employees that you have employed so far are all well experienced and well managed. Therefore, all of this proves that your company has its strength. However, we advise for your company to enhance this service quality and maintain its consistency. Despite that, for weaknesses, your company is currently facing limited liquidity positioning. Therefore, in other words, your cash flow is now highly restricted. We suggest for you to adjust your operational costs to maintain its cash flow. In terms of opportunity, as we know, government is currently promoting the bus industry. Therefore, in future and in long run, there will be chances of higher ridership. This will create an opportunity window for your company, and we highly suggest to have new potential market segment. In terms of threat, as we all know now that SBS Transit is currently facing an increase of operational costs. And these are the two main factors, which is first, an increasement of global fuel price, and not only that, with an increasement of labor costs. Now, besides these two factors, is there another factor? Yes, there is, which is the restriction of government regulations. Now, all of this sums up to a lower profit for your company, and also it will limitize your potential business proposal in the future. For our solution, we suggest for your company to have an alternative fuel energy concept, which will be later further discussed. Now, moving on to the next slide, I would like to invite Jessie to explain.
Based on our analysis, we have finalized 2 recommendations to solve the existing problems. The first recommendation is service enrichment, which is to improve on the bus service, and the recommendation 2 is to reduce the operating cost. The first recommendation 1, service enrichment, based on our study, in order to earn extra profits, we have to improve on the bus service, and the first suggestion is to implement this bus shopping on the bus. We can recommend your company to deal with some hypermarkets to post their products or goods on the back seat of the bus seats. At the same time, they can advertise their product as well. We are going to implement the new technology, which is the QR code. They can do the online transactions by scanning the QR code through the apps. Okay, the next one is the massage pad on the chair. This suggestions is to fulfill the consumer needs at once, where as commuters we would like to sit on a bus where can give me the comfortable and relaxed feelings. And this massage pad is optional, so when I want to get a massage or a comfortable, relaxed feelings, then I can choose to use it. Other than that, we would recommend your company to provide this service, which is printed proof of lateness. This idea is originally from Japan. Commuters can get the slip from the bus driver where to prove them they are late because of the bus service, bus driver, or the inaccurate arrival time, but not because of their own problems. In addition, we strongly suggest that a new target market, new segment should be targeted. Based on our study, this is the current existing market segments. Other than these segments, what will be the next new potential market segments? Based on the customer analysis, we find out that the new potential market target segments is to target the students and guardians. There are demands for affordable bus fares, proper routes and routines due to the high living costs in Singapore. And it is convenient for students who have extra activities after schools for them to take the bus. This service is not meant to compete with those school buses, but it's more like an alternative for students and guardians. Next, I would like to pass to Edward to continue with the following.
The other thing that we would recommend is the plug-in box. Now there is a new trend. The new trend is reading news and get information through the electronic device. But doing so, the battery consumption will very fast. And then now we are suggested that your company should install the 3-pin plug, which is an optional service to the rider. They can choose to use the service if they need it. Then the second one is the standard operating procedure. Service quality is one of the elements that looking in by the government. Standard operating procedure can ensure that the bus driver to deliver a consistent and quality service. And uniform and polite bus driver will result as a professional in the eyes of rider, which can also boost up the level of confidence to the rider towards the SBS, your company. The third one is maintenance and breakdown. Maintenance is meant for prevent the happening of accident and breakdown cases. This could help your company to check the bus and monitor the condition of the bus. But accident happen unconsciously. When breakdown cases happen, we suggest that your company should send a backup bus to get the rider get out from the situation and send a management team to rescue the bus and remove the bus from blocking the road. The fourth is the application. We found out that there are several complaints on mobile apps about inaccurate information. To solve the problem, we suggest that you should correct the app's name ways to enhance the mobile apps to deliver accurate information and boost up also the confidence level for the mobile apps user. Next, I would pass to Elise to continue the next slide. Oh, sorry. The recommendation would come with some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is like convenience. We are taking good care of the rider, and also at the same time the ridership will increase. At the same time of ridership increase, the profit will also increase. But the only disadvantage is the initial cost. The initial investment cost will then spread out in the long run. Next, I would invite my friend.
The second recommendation will be reducing costs. Now, there are two alternative fuels that we suggest to your company, which is firstly the alternative fuel, which is known as biofuel, and secondly alternative transport vehicle, which is known as hybrid bus. However, these two alternatives need to be approved by the government in order to implement it in the long run. There are advantages and disadvantages into implementing recommendation 2. Advantages wise, obviously your company would have efficient cash flow, and also due to the fact that Singapore is currently doing a green awareness to their society, by implementing both of these alternatives, it will definitely help build the awareness for the society. And because of that, you will have a positive brand image in terms of corporate social responsibility. On the disadvantage side, there will be a high initial investment cost for the company. However, this initial investment cost will be diluted in terms of long run. In conclusion, it is advisable to implement both of solution 1 and 2 in order to be fruitful in the long run. Thank you.